Well, hello there my fellow bystanders, welcome back to my channel and to a brand new Fallout 76 video. So, in this video I'll be showing you my own personal favorite ways of obtaining caps in Fallout 76 as of 2022. So before we start, make sure that you're sub with the notification on to never miss a video from now on, and without further ado, let us start this video. So in my opinion, the best ways of obtaining caps in Fallout 76 are farming water, farming plants, and farming chems. But whichever route you want to go, the first thing that you need to do is make sure that you have 9 water collectors built at your camp, and also plant as many plants as you can in your camp. So whatever you're trying to do, whether you're trying to farm chems or water, they will be there growing so that you could eventually hit them every 10 or 15 minutes, gather them and then sell them to the vendors and make caps that way. But after that, what I usually do is I usually take over a workshop or two. I prefer George's Junkyard because this is an easy area, and obviously you need to defend your workshop every once in a while, and the enemies that attack you are usually easy, so that's why I usually prefer to take over George's Junkyard. Again, just like your camp, you want to build 9 water purifiers, plant as many plants as you can, preferably plant them close to each other. If you have the turbo filterizer collector, for those of you who don't know, this generates a turbo filterizer every 5 minutes, which does this. As you can see, I've harvested these just recently, so let's see what does this do. See, when you use it, it will instantly make all the plants in the radius, so if you combine that with planting, you can make a lot of caps doing this. But before harvesting any plants, make sure that you have the green thumb perk equipped, because this will double anything that you're trying to harvest. So if you build a turbo filterizer here and one at your home, you could travel to them every 5 minutes and then use them to harvest a shitload of plants and then sell them to the vendors. This is usually my own favorite way of getting caps. It's easy, it's fast, it takes about 20 minutes, and you could easily max out anything that you're trying to obtain. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, I have 7 turbo filterizers. I'm going to harvest these plants 7 times, and then we're gonna sell them at a vendor to see how much we can make doing this. So I just used 8 turbo filterizers, and while I was collecting them, my turbo filterizer collector collected an extra 2 turbo filterizers, and I didn't even check my camp's turbo filterizer collector. Now let's see how much tomato I have collected. 42 raspberries, 114 carrots, 52 corn, 90 mud fruits, 1074 tomatoes. I mean tato, but it's technically tomatoes. So all of this took me about 20 minutes to do, and we have 1074 pieces of tomato. So let's go and see how much we could sell these for. We could sell the carrots for 114 caps, the corn for 104 caps, the mud fruit for 180 caps, the raspberry for 42 caps, and the tato for 2148 caps. So we can only sell 450 of these. Yep, 450. And this run took about like 20 minutes to do. So it's super easy, we didn't use any ammo, it's just the best way of getting caps. But let's say, for example, you don't have the turbo filterizer collector. I personally bought it from Trader Minerva. She had it a few weeks ago, so potentially check her inventory every once in a while. Maybe you could buy it from her. But besides farming, you could also go for farming purified water. Purified water also sells for a decent amount. As you could see, each purified water sells for 5 caps. So if you theoretically take over 2 workshops plus your own camp, and let's say you build 9 water purifier at each one, you could potentially max out your caps in 2 or 3 hours. Like, it's a bit long, but you could just check it like every 10 or 15 minutes, just collect the water, sell it, and do whatever else you're trying to do. So it's sort of like a passive income. You don't really need to do anything for it. That's the best part about it. But if you potentially like to kill some enemies while trying to do this, you could also farm chems. As you could see, I have a video on how to farm chems and the best locations to farm chems. Chems also sell for a bit. You could make some caps experience, and some other things while farming chems. You could do that if you have an abundance of ammo or for whatever reason, but I personally just have my turbo filterizer and I can easily make 1400 caps every day. Now, if you're for example waiting for a turbo filterizer, you could also do any events that pop up in the map. You usually get about 50 to 100 caps for finishing events. Some events pay lower, some events higher, but usually 50 to 100 is normally how much caps you get for finishing each event. That's also another way of doing it. Or you could just fast travel to players' camps and harvest their plants and take their purified water and sell those while you're waiting for your own plants to grow. That's also another way of doing it. And these are pretty much the best ways of getting caps in Fallout 76. I mean, there is no real reason to go for any other way beside these. These ways pay out the most, especially the first one if you have the turbo filterizer collector. So yeah guys, that'll be it for this video. If you have any questions left, feel free to ask me in the comment section or join my Discord server, link in the description, and I will catch you on our next video. Take care guys.